Good evening and welcome back to the channel and welcome to another episode of Football Manager with the London Greens. Now today we actually start our competitive season. It's episode 2 but it's really episode 3 because we had a 0 episode, and in the last episode obviously we had the preseason friendlies. We went absolutely bonkers. We won 10-0 in the first with a red card for the Oppo. Then we had a game that we probably still should have won. Our XG is better, lots more shots, lots more on target, lots more possession, and we lost 2-1. And then we bounced back against London Samurai and we put 6 past them. So today, let's see if we can keep this kind of momentum of lots of goal scoring going. We're going to pick the team. Apparently, you are now able to... I thought it said it was... What is... This is why I get confused. Because it said... work permit until whenever. $20,000. 20,000. It'll be set tomorrow. So we can't play. I mean, if he... This is why it confuses me. This is why this game confuses me. And also, in general, I'm a dumbass. So, yeah, it's probably not even that confusing, but it's confused me. Okay, so we're going to pick the team in the tactics screen, getting rid of Olafsson from there. Now, who goes in? Who goes in? Is it Melbourne? It's probably Melbourne. It's probably going to have to be. Stefan Clark is the second defender, can run around the entire back line. I kind of want Howard on the bench as well. I don't know, it jumped all the way up. I didn't want it to do that, but it did that. So there's Martin Howard. Striker's got to be Takeda. Who's going to be on the bench? I'm going to go with McIntyre. And then I'm going to get Ephraim on the bench as well. Hillier, Chadwick, McDade, Price, Takeda, Abdullah Terrace, Mason, Frith. The only change I could possibly make is bring in Alexis Boulay, but I'm happy with the team as it is. This will give us our first stats on the board here, and we can, of course, do that. I don't know, the game it's bugged or whatever. We're going to start positively. We're going to try and start as we mean to go on in the previous... What are you not happy with? Who are you not happy with? Stop it. Honestly, I'm not having this at the start of the season, lads. Get on board. Yeah, get on board. We've had one heck of a preseason. This season, I'm feeling good. And the reason I'm feeling good is because our squad is now cohesive. It feels like it is actually cohesive for the first time in a little while. Let's go. Let's do it. Price into Chadwick, all the way across to McDade. Goes round his man, looks for the shot. It's a tough angle. That's a difficult angle to try and get the shot. But he's given it a good go. Aston on the ball. Chadwick wins it back. Won't hold it, but does get it off to Takeda, who gets it up the left-hand side. Remember, we are only on the key highlights this time. How have you... McDade. What the heck was that? Tomonori Takeda played in a lovely pass, really well weighted to the edge of the box, or left-hand side, from the edge into the left-hand side of the box. And you've only gone and, what, spooned it wide? Like you're... like, 3 shots, none of them on target just yet. Pretty even on the momentum chart. Well, not now, but pretty even in general on the momentum chart. Owning it in possession. Pretty strong on that. I want a few more shots off before the end of the half. I don't mind if they don't go in. I just want you taking shots. Make use of all of this possession that you've got. So far, nothing. Okay, that tells me that I think we need to maybe get the ball further up the pitch a little bit faster and try and be a little bit more effective with it. But first we have to defend. I mean, that's going to go out, but Abdullah has won it back and plays it to Chadwick. Goes into McDade. McDade goes back to Terrace, back into Chadwick. It's good. Those are good triangles, to be fair. McDade runs pretty well. Loses it, gets it back. Price up the right-hand side. Gets on the end of that one. Whips it all the way across. McDade's probably not going to get to that. But Abdullah does. Goes on past his man and puts it over the bar. But that's what we like from Abdullah. He does give us that from the left-hand side, from the left-back position. He is not scared of getting forward. He's not scared of taking on a relatively long shot. And I'm okay with that. A lot of times you probably would have heard me say, no, give that to a striker. But we know Abdullah's got those kind of shots in the locker. So let him have a go. Great pass. That's an incredible bit of play from Finlay Chadwick. That is why Chadwick is in the team in that left-handed left side of midfield, because he has got some creativity about him. Maybe not stats-wise the same level as Martin Howard, but he's just a solid player and he's proved it time and time again. Sam Price puts in a lovely finish. That is his first competitive goal, I'm fairly certain. And we are indeed 1-0 up. And we did indeed put in 4 more shots after I said, can we take some more shots? Very happy with that. I'm going to go with the... praise. I think maybe they've earned a bit of praise. So long as they don't kind of sit on their laurels in this second half, I want us to still play a little bit. There we go. We've had another shot already. We haven't conceded a single shot, which I'm very happy about. And I think at the 60-minute mark, I am willing to go a little bit more attacking here. So, Ephraim down the centre, McDade up top, with the idea that McDade is probably going to come off in 5-10 minutes. And we'll bring on McIntyre and we'll have another attacking, full-out attacking striker on the pitch. We've had another couple of shots and continuing the theme here, Reading YMCA have not yet had a shot. If we can win that back, which we do with Luke Frith, he goes pretty far with it and then goes for the long shot, puts it over the bar. I don't mind it. 1-0 up, playing well, not even conceding a single shot. Now is going to be my time to bring off McIntyre. And anyone at the back feeling particularly rough? No, it doesn't look like it. That's fine. You know what? We don't have to make 3 subs every single match. That's certainly, not something you have to do. But we're playing so well. Really dominate. There's the first shot. It took them 77 minutes to get a shot away. Now I'm thinking a good idea might be to just drop onto the balanced, maybe kill a little bit of time. In fact, keep the directness where it is, but kill the time a little bit with the tempo and just see this one out. I'd absolutely take a solid 1-0 first game of the season in the league, no less. It's in the league, and we've got to remember that every single league game is going to be important because we've got other teams around us we know are going to be at the top end of the table and they're going to be competing with us for those playoff spots and for the spots above that, which are the, of course, oh, Chadwick makes it 2. Come on. Lovely work from Daniel Ephraim as well. 2-0. That's the game. Only 2 minutes left. Dropping on to balanced. It didn't change a thing. We're still attacking very well. We've got a decent crowd in today as well. Look at that. Lovely stuff. No one at the goal end, but quite a few fans up there. Must be the home end or the home stand or whatever. I don't fully know. And 30 seconds to go. A sip of drink to celebrate a solid win. Absolutely brilliant. Look at that. They weren't even in the game. 2 shots total. An XG of 0.34, which actually is pretty good from only 2 shots total. But the 2-0 for us. No yellow cards. 6 fouls across the game. That was absolutely solid. That was brilliant. In fact, that was absolutely, that's what we're after. That's what we're after. Now, what we're going to try and do going into the next game is we're going to check, of course, how the opposition play. We're going to go into the data hub and check that. Although we may not be able to just yet because it's early in the season. Sometimes we can't do that. Price scores on debut, Chadwick on form. We take a solid 2-0, very happy with that. And Skidmore is indeed pleased. We check the data hub on the next opponents. No, it says wing play style, which is absolutely fine. So what we're going to do in our next game is we're actually going to throw it across to the high press, start with the high press. And the reason for that is I want it to be kind of consistent rotation between tactics so that other teams can't really see what we're going to do. They don't know what we're going to do, how we're going to attack, what we're going to do when we go into a game. So that's why we're going to change it up. And in fact, that is what we did in the semi-finals of the playoffs last season. We changed it up and we won 3-0. And it's been rejected because he's not of a high enough standard. So that means we're unfortunately going to have to send him out on loan because we just cannot use him right now. So transfer status. I don't overly want to just sell him, but that might be the answer. We'll see if we get any offers. We immediately do. We immediately do get offers from significantly bigger clubs than us. But they're only loan offers. Wages 200%. What? They're willing to pay him double what we are paying him. Okay, I'm going to accept the first offer that were brought in there. Knowing that we've got the Basel or Baal offer as well. Yeah, I guess I just accept them both, but that's kind of crazy, is it not? And now look, yeah, that's very sensible from Chris Donnelly in there. Pretty solid. Very solid. Determination's good. Work rate down at 3. No thank you. It's a non-negotiable. Work rate's good. Teamwork could be good. We could offer a trial here. We'll go 2 weeks for Jordan Hopkinson. Just because we've lost the DM, it makes sense to try and grab another one. Unfortunately, that work rate is a little bit low. But again, I guess we could offer the trial. It might be 7. You know, it may well be. Okay, we could. Okay, okay, yeah, those are my two trialists: Jordan Hopkinson and Baidu. Going on with trying to replace Olafsson for the season. I thought for some reason I should have known the game wasn't going to let me kind of sneak around things like that. Okay, those are some advice for changes. Pre-match conference, we send Skidmore, of course. We're still a day away, but this is a cup match. We've got 2 cup games coming up now. And to be honest, I'm not so bothered. I'm not so bothered about winning in the cup. I'm all in on the league this season. If we lose both of these games in the FA Cup preliminaries, in the Cherry Red Premier's Cup, I'm not worried. League is absolutely the focus. We want to get promoted. Dan Jones, you're trying to take my first choice keeper out on loan. What? Okay, we're going to go into team selection. We're going to pick the team for the next match only. It was saying, let's get Connell Jones in. And I'm not opposed to that. Hillier on the bench for certain for Howard. McDade on the left, Price on the right. Holcroft probably comes in for Chadwick in that back line. goes onto the left-hand side of that back line if it will swap them. There we go. Abdullah and Frith. I wanted me to play Boulay. I'm okay with making that change. I feel like that's a sensible change. And we don't actually have a left back to replace Abdullah, but Abdullah's a pretty good player, so I'm happy with that. And in we go. We have changed the tactic just a little bit. It's into our 5 at the back. It's into our almost, you know, high pressure tactic that we're going to press high up. We're going to attack from the off. We're not going to let you rest. And hopefully we're going to put in some goals in this game. We got through the last game. Obviously 2-0 looks very good. It was 1-0 for most of that game. However, we were also incredibly solid. You know, there's no doubt in my mind. We were incredibly solid. The numbers don't really... Oh, Terrace, early yellow. Not helpful. The numbers don't really lie. If it took them 70 minutes to get a shot off, we were doing well. Our opponents today have already got 3 off, but I'm going to guess a lot of them are from distance because none of them are on target and all the XGs are very small. Abdullah with the corner. Terrace jumps. Mason gets there. Mason headers it in. It looks like it was actually cleared by one of our opponents. I think it's North Greenford. I think that's the name of the team. I might be wrong. It kind of looks like it was like maybe Terrace went for the shot. Burnett got up and got it away, but not very far. I'm going to go with a calm down here. It's an early goal in a cup game. I don't want us overreacting. I don't want us, you know, giving it large and then it biting us in the arse. Good escape. But Mason running up the right-hand side, getting involved all the way on the right-hand side, playing a really good ball in. Abdullah runs in and makes it 2. And that's exactly why I said I don't mind my left back getting forward and having a go, because that is exactly what he can do. He can do it from the edge of the box. He can get on the edge of a cross. He can absolutely wang it into the top corner. Look at that finish. That is brilliant. And that is 2-0. And now again, I'm going to give him a calm down. I'm going to be okay, keep it calm. No need to go crazy here. We're winning. We're 2-0 up. Playing a very good game. I'll move us on to positive rather than attacking. Just to, you know, keep a little bit of a lid on it. Just a little bit, not too much. Mackenzie on the ball goes into Mensah at centre-back, who looks for a pass to Arbinger, who goes wide. Abdullah is there, won't make the tackle. Ashdown, Harrelson, Terrace does incredibly well. Sends it long, but Takeda didn't really get on the end of that. And we will defend another set. That's a good ball in. That's a good run. And, oh, that's just missed, but that should have been a goal. I think that should have been a goal. We should be 2-1. We've got to acknowledge that should have been a goal and keep our heads... Never mind. Because Ruben Mason cannot be stopped from corners, it seems. 3-0. Absolutely positively cracking. Great ball in. Great header. Definitely offside. Melbourne. Definitely offside. Just absolutely loitering. But 3-0 looking positively, I don't know, giddy. They're just having a good old time out there. 3-0. Let's go and, let's make a little bit of a change here. So, Stefan Clark comes on for Terrace. Hillier comes... no, you know what? Keep him out. And McIntyre comes on. Ephraim... We'll keep one sub back. You know, we've been burned before making all of our subs and then realising someone's got an injured and we're going to be with 10 men for 30 minutes. I don't want that to happen. We're 3-0 up. We have not conceded a shot on target yet, which once again shows me that we are pretty solid. And if they are, you know, taking some shots, they're probably relatively long shots. And in fact, we can actually see that, can't we? Visualizations. North Greenford shot map. 1 in the box. That, of course, that should have been a goal, but that was missed. These long shots from what, 20, 25 yards. Go for it all day long. As many as you want. Go for it. Go for it. Okay. Let's keep it going, guys. Let's give him another praise. I want these guys to get some positivity out there. You're winning 3-0 in a cup game. You're absolutely playing incredibly well. You're 5 goals to the good over the last 2 games, the first 2 competitive games of the season. That's one heck of a header from Mason to set Abdullah on the way. Abdullah's gone down a blind alley a little bit. Doesn't really need to go that way. Easily there are passes back to be made there. And now, of course, going into the 3rd game of the episode, there is a question. We might have to rotate a little bit because a lot of our players have now played 2 games on the spin with a 3-day gap, which is not that much of a gap. It's 4-0. Dylan McIntyre, first goal of the season, first goal for the Greens. Dylan McIntyre, Sam Price, the newcomers in the squad, getting involved, putting goals in. This is a cracking start to the season. We couldn't have asked for much better. Lovely knockdown from McDade, and McIntyre, left foot, gets over it, makes sure he doesn't, slice it all the way into the bleachers. Does incredibly well, 4-0. And you know what? They deserve another praise because they're just playing out of their skin. Defensively, solid. Attacking, taking chances. Even if 3 of the goals have been scored by defenders. And that is why we don't make those changes. Oh, that's not good. Okay, we're going to have to go into our 4 at the back here. And let's bring on Hillier. And now I'm glad that we didn't make that change. But the problem is if that is a real bad injury, we don't really have a left back of the same quality as Abdullah to step up and to be a first team player. So we might have to look at a bit of scouting, perhaps. Or perhaps Stefan Clark slots in, or we have to bring up a youngster and hope for the best. I don't know. I genuinely don't know, but that's not great. That's not great. That's not the news we needed. That's not the kind of thing we needed early in the season. Connell Jones, what are you doing? Doesn't get a card for it. Doesn't actually get a sanction for it. And Greenford score their goal. Of course, it's a penalty. I'm okay with that. Really, I'm not happy about it, but we're not being scored on in open play. And that is full time. So what a performance once again. Just incredibly well done from the lads. Green reactions across the board. Where's Abdullah? We'll find out the severity of that injury in a second. We'll have to hope. We have to hope. That's it. That's all we can do. We have to hope it's not too severe. London Greens turn dominance into victory, winning our first cup game of the season. Connell Jones has made his debut. I mean, that's really interesting because Connell Jones has been around the team for a while. 3 weeks. Praise Mason's performance. Absolutely. You played incredibly well. Provides no shocks. Okay, we're going to click continue. It's another 3-day gap. We're playing on the Saturday. Does that mean we played on the Friday, or did we have a 2-day gap? And I got that wrong. I might have got that wrong. Very satisfied. Very happy. 4-1 with an XG of 1.44. Shows that we were doing good with our chances. We were putting them in. Okay, let's take a look at the draw. Nope. 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 I want to be at home if possible. Still no. Oh, we're away. Dang it. I wanted to be at home. I wanted to be at home, but we are away. It's going to be when? It's going to be Tuesday the 22nd. I'll have some rejected the offer from Young Boys. Going to go play in the Swiss Challenge League, which I'm fairly certain is the top division. It's got to be, right? Bala are a solid team. Oh, my word. Okay, conciliatory. That's a we can take that kind of reaction. He is getting paid double. He's only 22. He's going from like level 10 or 9 or wherever we're at of the English pyramid to a team that genuinely beat Man United not long ago at Old Trafford. So, well, not in the game long ago. It's blimmin' decades in the game. But no longer concerned because we've given the loan move away. Yeah, that I mean that's obviously for a good purpose. Sorry to report that players are not happy with their training. Well, the point of their individual training is because those stats need work. So, stum and get your training done for us, yes? If you wouldn't mind. Okay. Right, so who does it want me to play at left back? It wants me to play Robert Terrace at left back. Oh, we're not going to play that tactic. We're going to go... Oh, no, you know what? We are going to play that tactic. It's going to be perhaps our cup tactic. I think maybe that's not a bad idea. Okay, but it is a cup game. We are going to rotate a little bit because we want to keep our first team feeling good. We've got a week before the next game, so there is the chance maybe some of those first team players could go on the bench. For example, Takeda, Chadwick, Hillier probably on the bench. Try not to bring them on if we don't need to. Boulet's not going on loan. That's not happening. Off we go to the game. Okay, come on. It would be very nice to get another win with a little bit of rotation as well. We're at C+ on both. Disappointed with some of the signings. What do you mean I genuinely don't understand the board sometimes. Honestly. Okay, Haider Abdullah's got to take a break. So the best option for that is Terrace, I think. We'll rock him back to a fullback, but we'll keep him on the wing back style. We can actually pick two more bench players. So Connell Jones can come in and... Oh, wait, no. Is it Holcroft who can play on the left? Can Terrace play on the left? He can. Can Holcroft play on the left? Like up there? No, not quite. Okay, so Terrace, I do want to start out on the left-hand side. Chadwick, you come out for Kolodinsky. Yes, that makes sense. Hillier's in there. Chadwick on the bench. Howard in for Hillier. Price and McDade. Let's give a bit of a rotation on that. We'll go for Gerard Sprawley. We'll go for Joel Sween with Takeda on the bench for Connell Jones, wherever Takeda has gone. There he is. And right-hand side. Yeah, Mark Cooper, surely. Surely. Trusty Mark Cooper. We know he's a good player. We know he can get good... Well, he gets good goal contributions. He does. He did for the entirety of last season, or at least from when we signed him. We are 2 from 2 so far. A yellow card in the first minute for one of our opponents. I guess start as you mean to go on. That's over the bar. No dramas. Okay, possession looking good, but Hanwell are starting with a little bit of pressure. Oh, until that lovely tackle there from number 9, which is Joel Sween. Gets the ball back, plays it forward again. Cooper back to Frith, maybe. Got a little bit caught up there. A couple of players not on the same wavelength, not on the same kind of... Well, I've said it, wavelength, but I mean on the counter-attack. Point to the spot, Terrace! Again, it's going to be a penalty. It's the only way we can concede. And it has gone in, so we are going to have to come back from 1-0 down. We're going to demand more. Terrace, get your head in the game, buddy. I know I'm asking you to do a job at left back that you might not have wanted. But, you know, the team's got to come first, and we need you to step up. Oh, very close. Very close indeed. Terrace, into Gerard Sprawley, into Howard. We've got a lot of numbers in not a lot of space. I don't know why Howard is coming here. I think Sween is offside. May not have been, actually. May have just been a bad touch and then a good tackle. Okay. It's a lot of pressure coming our way. Let's bring that direction down a bit. See if we can hold on to the ball a little bit more. Because possession, like I say, possession is good, but we are under the pump. So this may be a situation where if we don't see a change towards half-time or perhaps even at half-time, we might want to swap things around and go to our other formation. See if we can inspire a little bit more solidity in the team, a bit of this defensive shape and structure. Then again, Sprawley goes forward, plays a lovely ball to Cooper. You've got Frith making that overlapping run. Very useful, but Frith, what is the point of making that overlapping run if you're then not going to commit all the way? If you're then going to kind of cut in or try and cut in into the space that you would expect our creative players to already be occupying. Okay, I believe I've seen enough. And it's going to be a swap situation. So Holcroft goes in there. Kolodinsky goes to the back. Terrace, you can play in the midfield for now. But you've not had a best game so far. And I'm thinking, if I don't see a specific change from Terrace, or a little, I mean, we're getting absolutely dominated. Look at this. Look at these numbers. We can't generate a single thing. Sween is out. Okay, Takeda comes on. I think we're going to have to try and step up or try something new here. Okay, I just saw a little bit of green on the momentum chart. Just a tiny bit. I want to see more of that. We've conceded 16 shots in this first half. You've got to consider us lucky to only be 1-0 down, and that one is a penalty. Well done, Dan Jones. Playing a 7.1, playing a blinder, no surprise. Okay, Sprawley. Let's bring you back. Cooper. Go up top. In fact, Sprawley, off you come for Chadwick. We're going down the middle. We've got to try and keep the ball and get it up the pitch more effectively. Up that tempo. It's actually quite frustrating that the only reason we are losing this game is because of a penalty. You know, like, yes, they've had loads of shots, and yes, they've been loads on target, and the momentum is all against us, but they only managed to score via a penalty. Ruben Mason looks like he's given everything, and that, again, we did do a bit of rotation, but not a lot. Maybe, just maybe, they're blimmin' knackered. Maybe that's it. We've gone on to attacking. I've thrown some more strikers further up the pitch just to try and put them into the danger zone a little bit more often. We could try and rescue a draw from this game. It certainly doesn't feel like one where we deserve anything at all. And being knocked out I couldn't complain. One, it will free up fixture space, which I'm not opposed to. And there is the 2-0. You didn't make your tackles and you lost the ball somewhat cheaply. That's what happens if you do that repeatedly. That's what happens if you let a team have 20 shots against you. You are going to concede. So I know I just said, look, that's what I mean. Takeda, move the ball. Move the ball. You've got players around you. There's passes back. You can go back. You can go in there. Go in there. Go in there. Go in there. There we go. Takeda, get the ball over the top. Maybe ask them a different question. Terrace on the jump. That's what I get for, you know, throwing a centre-back into midfield and doing a bit of the old Harry Maguire striker at the end of the game. Because he's jumped up and he's beaten his man easily and he's put it in the back of the net. So let's go. Let's demand a little bit more. We've got 10 minutes. Go get yourself a goal. Go and rescue a game. Time is ticking by... Oh, a free kick. Against. Let's see. Taking his time. Wasting a bit of time. Nah, it's gone wide. Dan Jones was covering it anyway. Easy. Covered easy. Yeah, that should put the game beyond doubt. What did Kolodinsky do? Oh, it's just a super weak pass. What are you playing at? What are you playing at? We could have tried to get down the other end there. That's not going to do it. Kolodinsky with a 5.9. Oof. Goodness. Goodness gracious. Right, well, 3-1. Okay, we take our first loss of the season. Not always the worst thing to kind of get that first loss out of the way. At least it wasn't in the league. Yes, we're out of a cup. I don't want to be out of the cup, but we are, and it does free up a little bit of fixture space for us as we progress through the season. The priority is absolutely the league. I want, to be honest, I want the trophy. Oh my goodness. How to butcher a delivery right there. I want the trophy. Injury worry. Yes. Out for... Not... ...16 years of age. We received some money. That's not so bad. That's half of the old Olafsson wages if he was on our books. Okay, we've got a week till our Burnham game, but that is going to wrap up today's episode, guys. So I really do hope you enjoyed it. I'm actually... Oh, we broke our own attendance record. Love that. Love that. We lost, but I love that. Incredible. And we've got league games for the foreseeable. In fact, it's going to be 2 episodes worth of league games before we venture back into the cups. Not bad, eh? Not bad. Take a look at the table. We are sitting in 3rd. Goal difference of 2. We've got South Reading at the top. Reading City below. Reading YMCA further down. I'm sure there's more as well. Not a bad start. Thank you for watching, guys. I really do hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any comments yet, please do leave them down below. We had to make a decision on Olafsson to loan him out again. It is what it is. Thank you for watching, guys. Until next time.